Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my day 6 Angular 8 training session. So if you see, I already uploaded day 5 Angular 8 video. So we can find the Angular 8 videos up to day 5. So if you will scroll to the left, you will find some more videos on CSS3 concept also. And if you see, we have 4 videos on HTML5. Those who are interested to learn HTML5 and CSS3, please go through this video. So I believe this will help you in your web development. And in Angular, I already have uploaded up to day 5. So as the time progresses, I will keep on uploading new videos on Angular. So it is requested to all, please subscribe to my channel. Once I uploaded a new video, you will be notified. So let me close it. So let's come to our today's session. In today's session, we will learn data communication concept in Angular. Data communication means how we can pass the data between the components. So there are different ways of passing the data from the component, from one component to another. First way is using parameterized routing, but parameterized routing has a disadvantage, like if there is a huge amount of data, we cannot able to append that in the URL of the while navigating from one component to another. So in case of parameterized routing, we could not able to pass a huge amount of data, because for the data to pass, we need to append it in the URL, and URL has some limitation. And even we cannot able to show the sensitive data to the other users, because if you add some data in the URL, it will be visible to everyone else who was not logged in also. So that we won't want to do that. So this is one way. Second way is we can take the help of a service. We can declare a function in the service. In that function, we will return whatever the data we need to use in the respective component. So we have to create a instance of the service wherever the data is needed in the component. Then we can call the method of the service and we will get it. So these are the two ways, and we will come to the third way. Third way is by using @input and @output decorator. These are most preferable way of sending the data between parent and child, from parent component to child component. And this method is used only when the two components in which you want to transfer the data have some parent and child relationship. What do you mean by parent and child relationship? We will see in a bit. And fourth one is by using the behavior subject. Behavior subject is one of the advanced concept of data communication. We will also cover that too. So first come to the @input and @output decorator. So let me show you from my code perspective. So I have created a parent component. So let's understand what do you mean by parent and child relationship between the component. So I named the component as parent, and I have created another component as child. And if you see the parent component TS file, has a selector app parent. This selector I have used in app component.html, so that whatever we return or whatever we present in parent component.html file, that will be rendered in app component.html, because app component.html is our main component or starting component. Okay, so it is of no use now. Let me close it. So basically we need these four files: parent file and child file. So if you see in the parent component.html file, we are using the selector of another component, app-child. This is the selector of child component. If you see, selector is here. Okay, so this selector we are using in parent component.html file. So that's why this component is the parent and this component is the child. So if we are using a selector of one component into the another component, the component in which we have used the selector of other component, that is the parent, and the selector that is being used, that component will become the child. So here this is the child component and this is the parent component, because we are using the selector of this component in this HTML file. So I guess parent and child component relationship you understood. Okay, so let's see the first scenario, how we can transfer the data from parent to child. I mean how we can pass the data from this parent component to child component. Okay, so for this I have a parent component.ts file in which we have a variable, we have a class level variable parent message which is of type string. We have some hard-coded data, hard-coded string, and I need this string to be passed to the child component so that I will fetch this data and I will do my business, whatever I need to do, whatever I have to do. Okay, so just keep concentration on up to this line. Rest of the line we will cover in a bit. So in parent component.ts file we have a class variable named parent message which is of type string, which contains some string value, and we need to pass this string to the child component. How we can do that? We'll go to the parent component.html file in which we are using the child selector. Just concentrate on this first line. Okay, in the child selector we have, and in the square bracket we have one variable one property declared child message. This child message is a property of child component.ts file. So we'll go to there. This is the child message. So in which we have declared a @input decorator. For that we have to import input from @angular/core package. So in the child component we have to declare a class variable with a decorator @input decorator. So this child message will receive the data from parent, whatever the parent has sent to the child. So in the parent component, what we have done, we have binded to that @input class variable of child component equal to parent message. So this is the variable which is declared in parent component.ts file, this one, whose value we want to send to the child component. So what it will do, whatever being in this variable, that will be assigned to this one, and this is an input decorator variable of child component. So it will receive this variable, it will receive the data from the parent. Once it is received the data from the parent, then that will be rendered in the corresponding HTML file. Because just keep an eye on this, because for this we are using interpolation for displaying a class level variable, that you are already aware of that. This curly braces is the interpolation. So in this way we can receive the data from parent to child. So once again, to summarize, first of all we have to declare a variable in the parent which contains some data that we want to pass to the child. In the parent HTML we are using the child selector. In this square bracket we have to bind the @input property of the child. This is the @input property of the child that will receive the data from the parent. Then to this property we have to bind this parent message. This is the variable that contains the string value that we want to send to the child. Once it is binded, whatever content in this, it will be assigned to this. This will be assigned to this, and once it is assigned, that will be rendered by using this double curly braces interpolation concept. Okay. So this is how we can pass the data from parent to child. If you see in the parent we have that we have a string data passed from parent to child, and if you see in the child component.html file we are writing message from parent to child. This is a hard-coded text for which we are providing the value as child message. The child message contains what? This contains this string, because we are sending the string from parent to child. So if we in our application, if you see, we'll find message from parent to child. Okay, this is the hard-coded message in the child component HTML, and this is the message that we are sending from, this is the data that we are sending from parent to child. Okay, so that is reflected. Okay, so in this way we can pass the data from parent to child by using attribute binding. Okay, so this is called attribute binding, the square bracket. Okay, so then in the reverse way also we can pass the data, like from the child to parent. So how we can pass the data from child to parent? So see, parent is at the higher level, child is at the lower level. So to pass the data from child to parent, we need to give some force. We need to emit the data so that it will be received in the parent. So we need to emit the data from the child to the parent so that parent will catch it and parent will get the data that is emitted from the child. So we again go to the child component.ts. For those kind of things, for sending the data from child to parent, we have to use @output decorator, which is being imported from SAM @angular/core package. Then we have to declare a variable of your choice, of your convenience, which is of type event emitter. We are instance of event emitter equal to new event emitter. Then we are emitting the string values, so that's why we have to give string here. Then it is the constructor, empty constructor symbol. So this is an instance of event emitter, and event emitter also we have to import from @angular/core. Okay, so if you remember, like we are importing input, output, and event emitter, all this from @angular/core package. Okay, so then we have one function. In that function, it is receiving some parameters which is of type string. Then we are doing this dot selected message. This is an instance of event emitter dot emit. Here we are emitting the data by using the emit function, which is available in event emitter class. So dot emit, then we are providing the data that we want to emit, to the parent, so that parent will catch it. And so if you see, this message is of type string, that's why while creating the event emitter instance, we have provided string here. If it's an object, we will provide the object. If it's an array, we will provide the array. Okay, then what next? So this is a function. So this is a custom function. This needs to be called somewhere, then only it will emit the data. So where we will call this? It will be called on some user event. In child component.html, we have written these two lines. We have an input field. Then below the input field, we have a button having a click event, and this is a function which is written in ts file. This function is called when button is clicked. This is the click event handler, in which we are passing message.value. So this input field have a hashtag variable, hashtag message. So whatever the user has input, if you want to retrieve it, we can do like this way also, message.value. Then this is a button having name as submit. So on click of button, this function is called. In this function, we are passing the user input values, and once this function is called, it will be go to here and it will emit that user input to the parent, so that parent will catch it. Next, we will go to the parent. We will see how parent will catch it. In the parent component HTML file, so if you see, in the bracket we have written the custom event. So this is the custom event that we have created in child component using new event emitter. So you can compare this with the click event also. We are writing click event in HTML file like in the bracket. So similarly, in the same way, we have to mention this custom event in the parent component.html within the bracket, just like a click event. So in the click event also, we are providing one function for handling that. So here also we have to provide one function for handling that custom event. And it will take $event parameter. Okay, so we will see this function, what is being written here. This is the function which will handle our custom event, and this message contains the value that we have emitted from the child component, and from the child component we have emitted whatever the user has inputted, whatever the user has written in the input field. So once we get that, we have to assign this to your parent class variable. So we are assigning here. Once we have assigned, then we will do our business logic. So for simplicity, I am displaying this variable in my HTML page, in the parent component.html page. So here I have written message from child to parent. and we are displaying that message within interpolation. Okay, in this way we can send the value from child to parent. If you see from the UI perspective, this is an input field. Let me type something hello, and this input and the submit button in child component.html file. Okay, these are the two input field and button. Okay, on click a button we are calling the function that will emit the data to the parent. On click a function we are calling this function. On click a button we are calling this function. This function will emit the data. What it will emit? Whatever user has written in the input field. So I have written hello. Let me submit. If I will click the submit, it will be emitted and we will get data here in the below section. So it is written message from child to parent. Okay. So once it is emitted, we have to catch it. We are catching it by using this. This is the custom event that we have created in child component by using the event emitter class. Okay. Then this is the event handler having a parameter $event. This $event contains the data that we have emitted from the child component. So we are emitting the message. So $event contains the message. So we will go to this function. In this function, we are assigning whatever we receive to a class level variable, so that we are displaying that class level variable in using interpolation. Okay. So let me click on the submit button. We will see. So just keep an eye here. Okay, in this section. On click of submit button, I am getting whatever the user has provided the input. They have written hello, so I am getting hello here. If I write something, my name, this is my name. On click of submit, this will change. So this is emitting, and so this submit and the input field are in the child component, and this message below the horizontal line is our parent component. Okay. So in this way we can play with the data communication. We can pass the data from parent to child by using input decorator, and from child to parent by using output decorator, along with custom event creation using event emitter class. For passing the data from child to parent, we have to emit the data, and we have to catch the data by using the event binding concept. Okay, so event binding means this is the event binding. Within the braces we have to provide the event, and we have to handle that event by using some function. This is called event binding. So for passing the data from parent to child, we are using attribute binding. The square bracket binding is called attribute binding, and from child to parent we are using event binding. Okay, and the combination of both attribute binding and event binding will be a two-way data binding. We can say it will be a NG model concept. I guess everything is clear, everything is crystal clear. So today we will wind up here. So it's a small concept but very useful in our practical application, because we usually need to pass the data between the components, so that component will receive it and component will do whatever the business logic it has to do after receiving it. And we will cover the behavior subject concept, which is the advanced concept of data transfer from one component to another, in our next video. Thank you guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my video, please like my videos, and please comment so that I will work on your feedback. Thank you guys.